each punch and each tackle really matters. Well, this is not only a game of winning or losing, but the spirit and the journey that comes with this game. Well, our guest today is definitely a boxer. She started throwing those jabs at the age of 19. Well, this is Everyday Woman with me, Eustace Egete, and you better be ready for some punchlines. Well, hi, Sarah.
Hi.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
I see you came ready with your gloves. Since morning, I was just, seeing you throwing some jabs here and there. What time did you start training?
I started training at 9:30 to 11:30. That is normally like how we normally do our training, our daily training from Monday to Friday.
Interesting. So, well, did you grow up in an environment where you'd see people fighting all the time, or really what inspired your love for the sport?
As we all know, in African setup, it's very common for someone to finish high school and then not even proceed with maybe further education because of the challenges that we encounter in our family setup. So when I had done with my Form 4 level, I used just to sit back at home and do nothing. So I had a cousin, my late cousin, who used to go and train with my coach, Alfred Analo, aka Priest. So he was the one who encouraged me to go and join them because he was training boxing back then. So I didn't actually have the passion in boxing because of the perception behind the sport itself. So one day I decided to take the challenge, go to the gym, and I actually loved what I saw. I found two other ladies who were professional boxers back then. They were doing some pad work, doing sparring. I fell in love, but I was afraid. I actually didn't want to do boxing. So I used to go just to please my cousin. I could go like 1 week, 2 weeks and get lost. And because my coach had a close relationship with the family, she could come back home to search for Sarah. And I remember there was a time I used to hide myself because I was tired of training. Until one day, I used to go for jogging around Buruburu area where we used to do our training. We used to do our training SOS in Buruburu. So a random man just slapped me and left me almost unbalanced. So it was at the back of this slap that took me back to the gym. I wanted to go to the gym, learn more skills, and even get revenge on any other man who wanted to take advantage of me. So the slap is like the birth of my story in boxing. That is what motivated me up to date. Up to date. Yes. So
eventually, well, it was more of self-defense for you at the time, but you grew into the game. How then has it been since then, and did you ever get to revenge? Did you?
No, I almost get the revenge when I'm in the ring. When I'm in the ring, I show no mercy. So the journey has not been easy, but it is through the challenges that have really built me to this capacity. In boxing, I've never revenged to anyone because the sport itself, it teaches someone, it has a soft skill in it. You are able to learn on how to become disciplined, being in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. You are a person who is not supposed to be told what time you're supposed to come to the gym. Are you a person who is able to plan yourself, train yourself even without the coaches? And also just when you are in an environment like in Kariobangi, you know how the area is, what time are you supposed to go out. You have to understand your territory, how it looks like. So apart from just being disciplined, it also enabled me to manage my time well. And also it allows me most of the time also to know how to manage myself as a boxer. For instance, when you are going for a fight, and you have to be psychologically prepared that you can lose this fight or win this fight. So as a person, how can you come out of that loss? As a boxer, you need to pick those pieces, come back again, and start training better for that other fight. Also, boxing teaches about the two stands. Through the stance, you are able to learn how to stand as a boxer. It is very important. Whether you are a southpaw person or an orthodox, you stand with, when you are a right-handed person, you stand with your left
I saw that. I tried to do some practice, but
left
there's a
leg.
bit of
Yeah.
coordination needed there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So when you have a good stand, you are able to, you are firm in the ground. When a person pushes you, you will be able to, you are stable enough and you are balanced, so no one can push you. It is the same in life. We all encounter pressure outside there. But you need to know, you need to identify who you are, the qualities you love about yourself, and don't let anybody show you or tell you what to do.
Tell us about this experience, and it's quite heavy. How much does it weigh?
Yeah, so just allow me to show you some of the...
This World Championship Boxing, this was last month, was it?
Yeah, so this is the latest belt that I won in the month of June.
Yeah.
I was fighting against Argentina. Her name is Soledad. So it was a title fight, 10 rounds fight, and I managed to win the fight through the unanimous decision. Yes.
Absolutely. What's that other award?
So this one is the Universal Boxing Organization. This one I won in Russia in 2015. Yes.
Okay. I see you have quite a number of them, and really we cannot go through all these awards. But tell me, how many countries have you fought in? How many people? How many games have you played so far?
So I only have 17 fights. Only 17. It's not my wish. And I've gone to international fight. I've gone to South Africa and Russia only.
Okay.
The rest I fought them here in Nairobi.
Amazing.
Yes.
But talk to us about women in boxing, really. Where is the sport at here in Kenya, and the people that you work with? How is it like for you being in the world of boxing? Because it's more of a male-dominated kind of career or sport. What's your place as women?
So I will say right now it is a journey that that is coming up, to be frank. Yeah. Back then, there were not so many women who are coming to participate in boxing because of the stereotype surrounding the sport. But right now, with the Box Girls Kenya, it's an organization that I work with as the sport administrator. We use boxing as a tool to tackle in issues that affect young girls and marginalized communities. So we train them boxing for self-defense. Some of them come to train for boxing for self-defense. Some want to make it to become champions like Sarah. And we also have the referee and judges, those who can go and officiate the fight and get something. So we are also working with school outreach. We are training them on boxing, self-defense, and part of SRHR, sexual reproductive health. So back then, we didn't have so many female who wanted to take the sport. But right now, with the current history that they are seeing from Sarah, and also the other women from Amateur Boxing Federation, majority of them, the product came from Box Girls. We had the first women Olympic who went to represent us in 2012 Olympics. She came from Box Girls.
Okay.
We also have Christine Ongare. She's a product of Box Girls.
I know.
So yeah, and also Sarah is coming up, and we now see we have majority of female who are taking up the sport. Back then it was a problem, but right now it is a journey that is still rising up.
All right, and the impact that boxing has on women, what would you say about that?
You are able to learn the skills.
Yeah.
In boxing, you are in a better position to defend yourself. It doesn't have to be in boxing career. Defending yourself as a girl out there, even if you can just shout when you are in a very critical situation. So those are some of the impact that we are seeing. Girls are taking up boxing as professional boxers and amateur boxers, and also those girls that want to just be in the circle of boxing. They're afraid of getting inside the ring, but they can also participate, being in referee and doing judging, and they get something out of it.
All right.
Yeah.
But here you are winning belts, 17 you say, you've done 17 games. We want to know, in between that age of 19 to now that you're 35 years of age, how has the journey been for you?
The journey has not been easy, just like I say. like this year alone, I've been training from January up to December. And you can find that Sarah only fight one fight, only have one fight. So you see, from 2019, from 2008 up to date, only 17 fights, meaning there are no regular fights. We are having challenge with the promoters or sponsors who can come out to sponsor a bigger fight for people like Sarah and even other upcoming girls. So it is a challenge, yes.
All right, hold on to that thought. We are taking a short commercial break here, and when we come back, we are coming back with some more good fights. So stick around here on KTN Home. Remember, you can watch previous episodes on our YouTube channel at KTN Home _. See you in a jiffy. Welcome back from the break. This is Everyday Woman here on KTN Home, and we are so glad you are tuned in. Today we are engaging a female boxer. She is called Sarah. Well, I read somewhere it says with enough or a lot of training, boxing in the ring becomes easier. Is that the case?
It depends.
With what?
It depends with your coach. It depends with your dedication. It depends with who you are.
Over the years, of course, you've impacted over 2,000 girls across the country. Tell us about that.
So we are working with Box Girls, just as like I said it earlier, Box Girls Kenya, a community-based organization that uses boxing to empower young women and girls in the marginalized community of Nairobi and some part of Western Kenya. So we have different community that we work in. We have Kariobangi, Kayole, Uruma, Madare, Korokocho, Lakisama, Babadogo, and we also used to work Kibera, but right now we no longer work with them. We also work in western part of Kenya, to be specific, in Ekambuli area. So we work with girls from the age of 8 to 23 years, and we have our 3 main programs that we take them through. So there's boxing and education, where they get to learn some skills in boxing, and how we try to blend it, how the skills can impact them in their day-to-day life situation. We also train them on leadership, how to become leaders and change agents in their community, voice out to other upcoming girls in the community. We also train them on entrepreneurship skills, where they get to learn how to save and to appreciate the value of our shillings. So in a nutshell, that is Box Girls Kenya.
Oh,
so we started, Box Girls started with only 2 female girls. The one that I spoke about, the 2 professional boxers. And right now we have over 3,000 girls, not 4,600 girls that we normally reach. But on a weekly basis, because we work with different schools on a specific days, we normally reach out to 1,000 girls.
That sounds like a really huge number from where I sit. And from the records, boxing has been said it's one of the most dangerous sports. One would wonder then, how easy is it for yourself or your family to actually accept that you're getting into this space? Give us your scenario, for instance, when you told your family that, I want to become a boxer, how was it like, and were you also prepared for it?
My family were not, they didn't want me to participate in boxing because when I started, that is when Congestina used to be Congestina.
Yeah.
And many people walikuwa na perception ya nitachapa watu kama Congestina. So I actually didn't want to do it, lakini for some reason yenye nimemention, ili ni force kufanya boxing. And then the whole scenario ilikuja ika-change. So my journey ilikuja ika-change when I won my first belt.
When was this?
That was in 2011. Yes.
Talking of becoming the best, of course you had mentioned to us that you train between 9 to 11 every other day. How else do you build up your stamina and strength to ensure that you are the best version of of yourself?
So we normally have different trainings. Like Monday, we can do maybe strength training here. Tuesday, we do the pad work. Wednesday, we do something different, the movement. And then maybe Friday, we do now the weights. And during the same week, we can also do the what it's called, the meditation side of it, and also the cool down side of it, where we just do the ice bath hapa hivi kwa gym na coach. So it's not like every day we are doing the same thing. We normally alternate.
Okay.
Yeah, with our coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Outside the ring, what do you do?
I love cooking actually.
Really?
I love cooking.
Unaweza spin machapo nini nini?
Vibaya sana.
Okay, what else?
I'm also a choir member. I sing alto.
So unasema kikiumana, you jump on this other side.
I jump on the other side.
Throw us a line the way you threw a jab at me that time.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah, so normally nikiamka asubuhi,
Yeah.
my day ni kuamka asubuhi napika ugali na omena ama fish ama nyama. Nakula heavy meal in the morning because that is the time yenye nakuja gym and that is the time that I need that energy. Nikimaliza kutrain, naweza enda kwa hoteli ni kule light food kidogo and then na fruits juu yake. And then nikimaliza hapo ni kwenda kwa ofisi kuprepare for field session au makoches wenye unaona hapa au the girls wenye unaona hapa au ndio coaches yenye na watrainisha kwenda kutrain watoto wadogo huko kwa field. So they are trainers, so I train them to become trainers of trainees.
amazing.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
At
Okay.
35 years of age, you are still fighting. Is there an age limit or a maximum age limit that someone needs to hang their gloves?
So for professional boxing,
Yeah.
as long as you are active, you are strong, there's no age limit. Not unless we mwenyewe decide to, I'm done, nimechoka, I just need to relax.
Okay.
But in amateur boxing is from what? 18, I think it's 18 to 40. So when they reach 40, they're supposed to maybe turn pro. And at 35, sijapenda bado niko kwa ring because I need to mentor another Sarah who is supposed to take his space ya Sarah. But because of we don't have regular fights, to party fight most of the time. So
Okay.
like right now, at 35 ndio nimewield World Boxing Foundation.
Kumaanisha
You can
bado
imagine.
safari ni
Safari
refu.
si kubwa sana.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Very
Amazing.
soon nitakuwa na hand gloves.
Usi hang gloves, but we want to know anyone from your family. Of course, you're training other people, but anyone from your family that seems like they want to take up from you.
From my family, I only have one daughter,
Yeah.
but from the organization, we have so many girls who want to take up after Sarah.
Okay,
Yeah.
amazing. So tell me, describe a good fight for you, whether you won or lost. What's a good fight to Sarah?
A good fight to Sarah is when I'm able to apply all the skills that we work towards with my coach, nimeweza kuzimplement pale hivyo kwa ring. So despite mimi kushinda ama kukosa kushinda, I gave it my best. I gave it all. So that is a good fight for me.
Amazing. So
Yeah.
as an everyday woman in Kenya, what's your perception about the game? And of course, what would you tell people that either enjoy the game, want to be part of the game, or are just well-wishers of boxing, especially, when it comes to women?
They need to support more women. Just like I said, we cannot all fit in the office.
Yeah.
They need to support women who are doing boxing. Boxing is just like any other sport. Haina difference na any other sport hapo nje, swimming, any other sport. So we appreciate, we support na watu recognize kwa sababu hii ndio kitu tunapenda kufanya. There is no any other office for us, this one.
Beautiful said, but also I want to know one thing that you learned. I wouldn't want to say the hard way, but perhaps you had an assumption of the game, but now when you joined it, you got more clarification and really understood, that assumption wasn't working.
That I know I thought that me myself, when I'm engaged in boxing, I will never get married and I will never have a child or children. But that is now a thing of the past. I've proved to the community and the society that even boxers, female boxers, are just like any other women out there. Hakuna difference.
So that was a personal assumption, or it is something that is particularly
It was
common?
personal before, but nilikuja kuilearn in the process that majority of people wanna believe in it.
Because of what reasons?
I think it's tough. Wanaona ikiwa tough.
Utashtua huyo mwanaume.
Utashtua huyo mwanaume nitampiga by the way, lakini nampiganga na mapenzi.
Hebu tuambie now that unajua kubox, ushaipita na mtu kwa barabara amekuchokoza and then you're like hey. How do you control it, because it feels like you're walking with power in you, like you're quick to defend people around you, yourself?
I'm very humble. I don't like show off. I'm just a normal person. Kama wewe, lakini wewe unakaa ungekuwa boxer.
Don't joke.
Kila mtu anajua.
After this show, I'm left here training. It will be different. Well, amazing. Tell us, how can people find you, engage you on socials and anywhere else?
Yeah, so I'm in Twitter at Achieng 13. IG s.achieng, Facebook Achieng, Achieng kila mahali.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your story. You actually share a name with my producer, so we are also grateful to you, Sarah, for bringing this show together. I hope we've put a good fight and our viewers have enjoyed. Listen, she said this is an amazing game, so should you be out there and you want to engage in the game of boxing, take it from her, that actually it is a beautiful game and it is doable. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I hope it was impactful and you've learned a thing or two, just like we have learned here. Until next weekend, keep it fit. My name is Yusta Segete. Thank you. This is KTN Home.